By now you've probably seen the video of a South Carolina school officer aggressively restraining and removing a combative student from a classroom.
Well, the officer involved in the incident was fired today, but many are wondering what role a police officer has in a school setting. News 8's Eric Jacobson joins us with more.
Mike, we talked with school officials with the Onalaska School District about how they use what they call school resource officers. And as the title states, the school says they consider the officer an additional resource on how to deal with certain situations. But above all, they say it's about student safety. Onalaska police officer Matt Jar has worked with the district as a school resource officer for 5 years and says you never know what to expect each day.
It's kind of a first come, first serve. If school calls me with a problem with a student or maybe to do a check on a student at home that hasn't shown up for school, something like that, I basically just tend to whatever call I'm given.
And despite both sides sharing blame in the now infamous video, he says it's something that could have been handled differently.
I make a habit, I don't ever go hands-on with students unless it's a necessity.
Developing respect between students and officers, school officials say, is the key to preventing incidents like the one in South Carolina.
Nobody likes to be made fun of. Nobody likes to, have someone, make a spectacle of them. And if you can do it in a respectful way and say, hey, this is what we need to do, that they don't want that, so they will get up and leave.
Because of those relationships they've developed, students feel very comfortable talking to them, and when they have a concern, whether it's happening in school or out of school, it's a safe person to talk to get advice and to get counsel.
School officials say there's no specific protocol with how to deal with each situation, but elements from both law enforcement and the school district's own wishes help form how they deal with each incident.
It doesn't matter what school here in Alaska, they do a phenomenal job, but they are limited in their ability to do certain things.
Officer Jar or other school resource officers bring a different level of training, totally outside the realm of education often, to the perspective, which helps them see things that, simply put, educators don't see, that only law enforcement would see.
And despite what the video depicts, officials say officers here only have one goal in mind.
It's one more tool to hopefully make us feel safer and, more importantly, be safer in our schools.
The school district will make recommendations to Officer Jar on legal matters such as vandalism and theft and whether or not to cite students. But the officer does have officially the final say when it comes to those matters.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. And Officer Jar officially works with the police department but is contracted by the district throughout the school year.
And the school district does pay a portion of his work while the police department covers the rest.